Okay, it's Saturday, November 28th, and we're going to do as brief as possible of a run around of the old fish room here at I Have Fish Use. In here, you notice we have Smokey and I call it Ray's son because it's one of Ray's first kids. Um, they uh, they have little free swimmers running around over here by the. They put them on the sponge. But this is the mama, Smokey. Um, Unfortunately, she has done a little beaten up on Ray's son. His pectoral fins are pretty eaten up, and he has some marks on his side. He's supposed to be dark black. Let's see if I can get him to turn to the side. But you see there's markings all over him, and his fins are torn a good bit. So they've been squabbling over the babies. I don't know if he's trying to eat them or what. But they've had these guys for about a week and a half, and they are starting to swim around the tank. So I don't know about what the deal is with them two while they're squabbing. But then on this side of the splitter, we have Gilly, which is the black one. That's the male. And this guy right here, I had never put a name to her yet, but she's a pretty fish. On the back of this plant there should be free swimming in a few days or so. But I put the splitter in here because of this guy. I call him Skinny Tail because of his obvious skinny tail. He's a really nice fish. And then there's I call him One-Eyed Dan because one of his eyes is messed up and he swims like crooked. But they're over on this side, and they were really aggressive and beating him up, so I had to split them. But this is probably their fourth or fifth spawn at least, and they haven't raised any of them yet. Then down here in front of them we have the German blue rams. They spawned once for me since May, and I'm really hoping that they'll spawn again for me, but no such luck as of yet. But they seem happy and healthy, and they're doing okay. And then over here I put one of the koi and two of the other. You can't really see them because they're all black, but there's three angelfish in here. I'm hoping that I get a pairing out of these guys. And then next to them, it's a split 55-gallon tank, so next to them I have the Surprise crew. Unfortunately, Surprise has turned out to be the smallest and the weakest. They chase him and make him hide behind this little power head filter, which kind of sucks. But these two have buddied up, and I thought they were both females, but it seems as though one of them is male, because he has the sword distending from his bottom tail. But they are nice fish, about 4 or 5 inches, somewhat near the size that the females that spawned them were. Oh, here's Surprise. He come up to the front, but he's stayed smaller and skinnier, and as you can see, he took off because the others were chasing him around. Then over next to them, I have La Madre and Convict. La Madre is the darker fish right here, and Convict, for a while they were split up. Let's see there he is. And he was by himself for a while because he was beating her up really bad. But kept them apart for a couple of months, put them back together, and within a few days they spawned. As you can see, they moved all the eggs onto the back of the glass, and they should be free swimming within a couple of days or so. But while they were split up, his stripes were virtually unnoticeable. He was real pale, so he was mopey and everything. But since they've been back together, you can see how vibrant his stripes are. Just, I mean, a very nice, big-bodied fish. I mean, he's got to be 6 inches from just his body size. But they're a nice pair. Hopefully they'll raise him this time. Maybe he learned his lesson from being bad. And next to them I have Camo, which is this guy right here, or well, that's the girl. She's and this koi. which is one of the brothers of the other koi. That's the male, and then there's 4 other fish in here that are from a different spawn, that are growing pretty nicely. But these 2 seem to rule the tank. Like you can see, this black one, he don't swim exactly right. One of his eyes is messed up, so I don't know what's going to come of him. But these guys are nice. This is the shaded side because I have apparently duckweed that has taken over. But this one seems to be the prize of the other fish. He's a big, beautiful fish. He's probably starting to get to the age where he might want to pick a mate. And right next to them is some of the fish that came out of that tank, which is another one of the koi that I got from my buddy. And then some of the other fish that's from a different spawn. But several different color variations. This one has a really interesting color pattern, and it almost seems like he has some pearl scale in him, but it's hard to tell in this video. Very nice fish. They're all growing pretty nicely except for this little one right here. He seems to stay away from the rest of them and stay to himself a lot. Then next to them, catty corner, is the old Tubinator, and he's being super aggressive. As you can see, some of the fins ripped on this one and some of the markings on its side. He is really, really going after this one because this is his second time, or well, her second time putting eggs down. Last time she put it on the back glass. This time she put it on the driftwood. But as you can see, some of them are white and some of them are not. So I don't know if they are a boy and girl, and she's just super aggressive. But I may have to split these guys up so that he don't kill her, or so she don't kill him actually. And then next to them in the corner tank, I have Freckles, which, as we know, Le Padre died mysteriously. And then this one right here, they're both females because I've seen them both put eggs down, so they're both females. But then they do a little bit of jousting, but not a ton, not really a ton. But I think I may pair up Freckles with the fish in the tank next to them, and I call this one Sunray because of the light color and the streamers of dark coloring. But this is a really beautiful fish, along with this little zebra striped one, and unfortunately this one is just not growing at all. I mean, it eats and eats and eats and never gets like the swelled belly and fat like it should be. But that's the female. They spawn I want to say twice before, but never did raise any of them or anything like that. But other than it just being small and never getting like swelled like a female should be, they seem pretty, she seems pretty healthy, but she's just small. That's what makes me think it's a Leopold, because that's probably as big as it's ever going to get. But the Danio, I had a blue Danio in here that died about a week ago. I don't know why exactly, if they beat up on it or just something happened to it. It ate something bad or something. But I'd like to get a female paired up with Sunray and get him to having babies, because I mean these guys have been together for quite some time without spawning. So that's all the tanks here at I Have Fish Shoes, and just keeping these guys. I mean, they all seem happy and healthy because tons of them are throwing eggs. So that's the update for now here on November 28th.